or so, it looks like, you know, you're kind of rounded into form a little bit more. Would you agree with that?
For sure. I felt a lot more comfortable here recently, just with the tempo and getting used to practices and games. Yeah, so I feel like I was hitting a clean ball. I felt comfortable, for sure.
Have you locked down to the point where on your approach, on your follow-through, you feel like you're consistent with your mechanics every time, or is that something you feel you're still working through a little bit?
Well, I think if someone get up here and said that every time, like without fail, I'm gonna be on, you know, I'm minding my P's and Q's every time, I think they might be lying to you. You know, 99% of the time, I'd like to say yeah, but every once in a while, there's an anomaly in there that kind of, like, man, I got to fix that. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, my mechanics are feeling good. I'm breaking down film and making sure I'm documenting why I feel like I'm feeling better and being successful and things like that. And I think that's all just part of being trying to be a pro.
I know you had a ton of respect coming in the door for Ryan. You knew that it was one of you was going to have to be walking out the door. Just, you know, on a day like this, just, I mean, you're obviously happy for yourself because you know you've got the job, but how do you feel on the other side there?
Just like you said, I find myself kind of in a paradox because this is something I've worked my whole life for, you know, just to represent my faith, my Lord, and then my family, my hometown, things like that. And it's an honor, it's a blessing to be here, standing in front of y'all and talk about this right now. But at the same time, it's kind of the bad part of pro sports, kind of parting with a guy that I've got a lot of respect for and have admired watching for a long time. It has meant so much to the community, and a guy that treated me with a tremendous amount of respect, given the situation that was put in front of us, you know, knowing that probably one of us was going to be gone. So, you know, losing the guy that I thought, you know, even though it was a short stint, has become a friend of mine. And just to speak to his character, I mean, the first guy that I heard from today, before I heard anything, was Ryan, and just saying that he was wishing me luck and he wanted the best for me and he was happy for me. And I mean, I think that's just an accurate representation of the kind of guy he is. Just, you know, not bitter or anything like that, but genuinely happy for a guy that he's only known a few weeks.
Now to focus on, you know, your big day here today, does this kind of make all those summer kicking camps worth it? Being here now?
Talk to my parents; they were the backers on that. No, but for sure, I think all that work you put in, you kind of worked to, not this moment exactly, but you know that moment on the field when you're feeling good and all those things are working your way, and your hard work is paying off. So yeah, definitely those summer camps have definitely paid off. You know, Cole's kicking. Jamie Cole texted me this morning. We became really close as family friends, and like I said, it's one of those things that you get to share with people that you genuinely care about. But it is it's a bad situation given how influential he was to the city and to the team, and I mean, what, the longest tenured athlete on the team. So
you know, you're perfect in the preseason so far, but your long is only 39. Are you kind of eager to get one of those long ones under your belt here before the preseason's over?
I mean, I want to. If the opportunity arises, yeah, for sure. But at the same time, you know, I'm not focusing on much of the distances. I need to make every kick that's presented, whether it's a 55 or if it's an extra point. You know, it's got an old kicking saying is, you know, every kick's the same. So I mean, yes, I'm looking forward to that, but at the same time, I'm just trying to focus on making every kick, regardless of the distance or whatever it is.
On the short time you were with Ryan, what did you learn? What did you pick up?
I think for me, I learned it was like small things, like how, you know, I was taking ice baths for like 10 minutes. You know, he was doing 20, and it's like, man, you know, little things like that. You're like, if he's been in the league for this long, I had to do 20 minutes. You know, and you know, you're breaking down film and you're seeing just like a small foot angle of his that's different than yours, or an angle on his plant foot that is like, and obviously it's worked for him. So you take little things like that. I think it's less like we were breaking down film together and he's giving me these huge kicks, but just from observing him and how he went about his business, just to have to take care of your body and how those small things affect the outcome and the result of the kick.
On kickoffs, Dustin, how much is Coach Crossman harping on? I mean, obviously, if you can put it through the back of the end zone, which you've shown you're capable of doing at times, maybe direction doesn't factor in all that much. But is Coach Crossman maybe harping on directional kickoffs as well in terms of, you know, trying to pin the guy up by the sideline at all on those?
Yeah, we're definitely working on directional stuff. You know, sometimes I leave it in the middle of the field, which is obviously not what we need to do. But at the same time, I don't want to give away too much, you know, special teams info. But yeah, it's definitely something. It's all a part of the game. Trying to, you know, if you can kick it out and in a good direction, that's even better. You know.
How much easier has it been the transition to the NFL and maybe this season because you already are familiar with your holding?
Oh, it's helped out a lot. You know, having Sean for 3 years and having him aware of how I like the ball and lean, and he's actually helped me out because when I first came, I had a more I guess drastic lean than what he's without me knowing, he was kind of giving me more straight up ball, and that's when I kind of started getting in the groove, and we noticed that on film and saw that and said, you know, if this is if I'm hitting a cleaner ball like this, let's just stick with this. And so he's kind of helped me through that situation without even being really overt about it. It was just, he kind of did it. I hit a good ball, and he's like, let's stick with this. So it's definitely helped for sure. Between
you two and Sanborn, you guys decorating the special teams room with Florida State banners and stuff like that?
No, I don't think, you know, the specialists, we don't have clout like that, you know. So we probably, you know, we can't decorate any rooms. We're not there yet. Maybe in a couple of years, but no, not yet.
Is it fun to have all three guys from the same school though?
For sure, yeah. It's I mean, I'm not sure the history of if that's happened before. I'm sure maybe it has, but it's cool to represent your university like that. You just to be proud of what you've done and how many people that you're putting in the league, but specifically with the special teams focus and emphasis, given the fact that Florida State is kind of known for their negative special teams plays, and that we have a snapper, a punter, and 3 kickers in the league now. It's kind of funny how people view the kicking game at FSU and here in Buffalo.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.